You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, a small pivot right here. I know we've been covering the NFL almost exclusively now on this channel because there is a true fire for it right now. And as you can tell, we're going to talk about Dana White. Now, I can tell you right now, you guys know I got pretty heated over the Bud Light Dana White thing and UFC gaining them as a sponsor. Now, I know some people have tried to play devil's advocate for Dana in the fact that maybe he saw a opening, and what I mean by that is a company that was very desperate and took them to the cleaners. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that is certainly a thought process. And if that's what Dana really did here, then good. He did come out and make a strong-ass statement about any sponsor that doesn't like him bringing President Trump out or supporting President Trump. That sponsor was going to have to take a flying leap. Okay, well, I mean, that certainly aligns a little bit back in my area with me. So Dana White has come out, and he has said things like this before, but this is something we absolutely align on. Can't stand the media. All right? Don't like the media. Love the fact that citizen journalism and media alternatives are rising. Places like The Blaze, Daily Wire, the Post Millennial, all those kind of places, Breitbart, those kind of places are getting elevated and their voices are lifting versus CNN, MSNBC, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I'm talking about. And the media launched a full-on attack against Dana White and the UFC during COVID, particularly. Now, the media has never loved the UFC because I can remember them referring to the UFC as human cockfighting back in the day. One of the reasons that Dana and Trump are so tight is because Dana was provided a platform to be able to fight over at, of course, some of Trump's casinos, et cetera, et cetera. Gave him a place to fight. And that's part of the reason that relationship grew. Well, Dana White has come out and he has destroyed the media again. And he makes a statement that, in my opinion, is a true statement. What is the point of the media? Like, what is their contribution? Why in the world is anybody listening to them to begin with? Right? So let's check this out. Dana White, UFC boss Dana White rips the media as the dumbest know-nothing, do-nothing, effing built nothing, mother effers on planet Earth. Yeah, Dana's not afraid to tell you what he really thinks. During an appearance on Barstool's Bussin' with the Boys podcast on Tuesday, UFC president Dana White ripped into the media, calling them the most useless people on the planet. White has never been a fan of the media, but during this extended blast, he left no doubt about where he stands. During one segment, for instance, White noted that he had been told he would fail by every media outlet, yet he had succeeded beyond his wildest dreams. He noted that if the media says something will fail, you can bet it's a good idea. They wanted him to shut down during COVID. They said it absolutely wouldn't work. He was putting everybody at risk. There was no way to keep the show going on. And what happened was the UFC was already very popular. It exploded. He saw a great opportunity, and he grabbed it. And UFC's business, exploded. There's some things out there about the percentages of all kinds of avenues of UFC's business that, we're talking 10 times the amount of business in some areas for the UFC because of his choice to stay firm during the issue involving COVID. So let's listen to this. I promise you guys there will be some words here. So if you're offended by curse words, this is Dana White.
Especially the media. If the media tells you you've got something that's going to fail, it's definitely going to win. The media are the dumbest know nothing, do nothing, never fucking built nothing, motherfuckers, on planet Earth. So when they say it isn't going to work, you got a fucking home run, man. You know what I mean? Just jump in and grind. The media, these guys, think about who these people are. When you really think about the media, who are they? Where did they come from? Why does their opinion matter? What have they ever done? What have they ever created? What have they ever built? Who's ever depended on a paycheck from the media? Nobody. They are a bunch of fucking zeros that sit around and write stories about people who are actually doing shit.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they do. Now, look, some people give good commentary. That's a thing, and people do want to consume commentary. The biggest problem with the media is the lies, all right? It's the lies. It's the fact that we feel like the media has sold us a bogus bill of goods, all right? You mainly see it in the mainstream media, but you do see it in sports too. I mean, let's be real. There was a time, and there still is, where ESPN some days, it seems like, don't even want to talk about sports. They want to talk about real-world issues, which nobody wants to know their opinion. I want to hear you talk about the NFL, Stephen A. Smith. But you get the point. This is far from the first time White has gone to war with the media. By the way, I think he's making a documentary about the media right now. During the pandemic in September of 2022, he also ripped the media for sitting back and criticizing while doing nothing useful for America. Nobody depends on them for a paycheck, but all they do is sit back and criticize that I'm going to kill people and I care more about money than I do about human life. I heard it all. Well, you are a businessman. And the New York Times, as you can imagine, was blasting me daily. They were hammering Dana White. White was ripping the media for attacking him for continuing his fight business by moving onto a private island when Las Vegas and many other U.S. cities and states shut down their business sector in a mistaken belief that shutdowns would slow the spread of the COVID-19 virus. Quote, these guys in the media had nothing to worry about. They were writing horror stories every day, and they were all working. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. When it came to the pandemic, the media became everybody's worst enemy at that point. I mean, it was the worst thing we came up with a t-shirt that said the media is a real virus, because we have since found out that all of the supposed conspiracy theories, a lot of them are just flat true. I mean, there's no other way to say it. I mean, just flat true. And, it's the dishonesty, it's the mistrust. That's the real problem with the media. I mean, no doubt about it. I just can't imagine that there's people that literally sit around and consume MSNBC. It's shocking. It truly is. I mean, it's hard enough getting through clips that they might do of a Joy Reid or somebody like that just to do a video. I mean, it's truly stomach churning. So while I don't love him and the Bud Light thing, when Dana's right, Dana's right. And I certainly like his conviction when it comes to Donald Trump. And look, if he is exploiting a desperate Bud Light, good. Cost them more money. Nobody's drinking Bud Light because they hook up with UFC or NFL or any of those other sports entity while they try to butch up their tranny piss bullshit. There, I just come out and said it. All right. Tell me what you think, Black and White Sports 2 supporters. Peace them out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.